We do mental health, we do therapy, we do outreach case management, we do case management, where we go out to the homes, check on our clients, we follow up with services. We help and assist with Social Security, immigration, medical, anything that they might need. We do that here, just like any other behavioral health facility.
I've always loved to learn about different cultures and languages and ethnicity, so Hamtramck was a perfect place for me because it's very diverse. Over 70 languages are spoken here, so that's what really drew me to work at Wayne County Healthy Communities, was just, this melting pot of all these cultures. Because some people view Hamtramck as, oh, this is a low economic area, there's not many professionals there, there's not much growth, and I'm like, it's quite the opposite. There's so much you can do here. There's so much you can do to change the environment. There's so much you can do to grow. And even just working here, for the past year, we've come such a long way. And our patients always tell us, like, thank you so much for the services that you do for this community. Even when I was studying in Ann Arbor for my master's, I always had to focus on underserved communities. And I always told myself, if not me, then who? If I don't step up to the plate and help, the people who really need help, people who are in need, then who else is going to do it? I can't expect someone else to do it if I'm not willing to take on that responsibility and accountability myself. And so that's why I wanted to come to Hamtramck. Again, there's so much we can do here. People are still people. Even if they have a low economic income, it doesn't mean they're any different than me or someone, who lives in Bloomfield or San Francisco. We're all still people. And just because they don't make a certain amount of money doesn't mean that they don't deserve the health that I deserve. Sometimes I translate too, because I speak Arabic. I translate for the women, the Yemeni patients, and they appreciate it so much. That's why I love working with the people in Hamtramck. They are so appreciative. Even though they have so little, anything you do, they say thank you. Even just translating, just to translate between the provider and the patient, they thank me so much. But in other areas that are high income, you do something, people are not as appreciative because they take it for granted. And that's, again, why I love working here. My message to, all the women in the Hamtramck community is, well, one, I'm a woman, so I understand what it means to be a woman within healthcare. And I have an ethnic background. My parents are immigrants, and they immigrated to this country in the 1980s, so I understand the struggles that our immigrant patients go through. And I want to tell them that they're welcome here, despite their immigration status, despite their income level, despite the languages that they speak. We welcome everyone, and that's the message I'm really trying to convey to all of our patients.
I've been working in Hamtramck for about 20 years, different agencies, same work. I work with kids and families and children and adults. I feel like Hamtramck is like my hometown, I feel like I'm among my family. I have another license called PNTO, Parents Management Training of Oregon. And it took me like 3 years to get the license. And I'm the only Arabic speaking therapist in America who has this license. And this allowed me to work with the parents and train them how to deal with their kids, to empower the families and to give them more opportunity to deal with their kids' issues in a positive way, and to reduce the level of like fighting and screaming in the house. And at the same time, it will improve the kids' compliance with rules and expectations.
Here we're one-stop shop. Medical, dental, behavioral health, and services and benefits outreach programs, as well as WIC.
I see patients throughout the continuum of life, from birth all the way to old age. I see them for any kind of condition. We try to involve the patient in their own care. We try to educate our patients in their whatever condition that they may have. Chronic medical conditions require a lot of work from the patient to understand what's going on with themselves and how to deal with their condition. It's not a matter of giving them medication and that's the end of the story. We try to establish a rapport in which the patient's entire day becomes a healthy contributor to the treatment of their chronic condition, if they come in with a chronic condition.
We have a 24-hour phone line translation contracted for the next 2 years. We could translate any language, whatever it is, so everybody will get the perfect understanding of communication and medication and what everybody's saying.
I've been seeing a lot of newcomers, which they suffer from going through the war in Syria and Yemen, and they have like what we call PTSD. And we are trying to deal with their issues, you know, to help them to reduce their level of anxiety and adjust to the new culture and be part of this culture in the United States.
One thing that we always have a little issue with is making sure that we have as much documentation from previous care as possible. We see a lot of people who are newly arrived, and in their travels through their trip from where they come from until here, things get a little difficult. We have many cases where we have to translate documentation for immunization and healthcare from all kinds of countries from the Arab world, as well as from Djibouti, as well as from Europe and Malaysia. And we do that over here for them, and we'd be able to enter that into the state registry program.
Come and see us. We'll take care of you health-wise, mental health, any services or benefit you need. We're here for you. We are part of the Wayne County Healthy Communities. We are a Wayne County clinic.
This area is dear to me. My father was an obstetrician gynecologist here for a long time. I felt I have a connection to the community.
We care for you. We care about all of our patients. If you don't have insurance, that's okay. We can put you on a sliding fee. We will, create payment plans for you. We never want payment to be a barrier towards your health care. And you deserve health care. Every single person deserves the best health care possible. And we want to work with you, to make that happen.